time. Welcome back to the Third Eye. I just want to start off with some shout outs. A couple of you guys went and checked out the videos, the first video I put out. So just want to give a couple of shout outs to Mr. Baby Ears. I hope I'm saying that right. That's the right way to say it, right? Mr. Baby Ears. Mr. Baby Ears, K Breezy Bermuda, Drummer Boy Kenny, of course, Underdog Research, and some dude called Indigo Saint the Goat who commented on this video, which is weird. But for real, I appreciate you guys for checking out the channel and watching the video and commenting and stuff, that does a lot of work for the algorithm apparently. But besides that, and like on a intrapersonal note, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to check out, what I've been posting so far. So I think it's just progressively going to get better from here, What's changed is still 30-something degrees out here. It's 33 degrees today, so it's a lot hotter. You might be able to hear the fan in the background. I just have to keep that on because my camera's going to overheat again, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to address a couple of comments that I got from the video. And this was from Mr. Baby Is. I had spoken about crypto.com and the challenge in setting up a crypto.com account and all of that. And he asked, what about DeFi wallets? Those didn't work. That was his question. And the thing is, they did work. Like, MetaMask is great. Like, I still use MetaMask. I still use Trust Wallet. I also have a Phantom wallet. I have a couple of other wallets that I've probably forgotten about that I should mention. But those have been my go-to. Also on the trading platform that I use, I do have, it does kind of give me semi-wallet access. So which is great, because when I want to deposit some money in there, I can transfer some Litecoin or some USDT. I think that's what they're using. Yeah, they're using Tether. And also Bitcoin. But I don't like moving Bitcoin around. I haven't done it in a while. But Litecoin is pretty efficient. It's pretty quick. And I prefer it. I prefer it to Bitcoin for sure, at least just for the transfer, I hope that answers you, my bro. Thank you again for being in the comments. And then Drummer Boy Kenny said, I'm here to spam. I see you, my boy. I posted something on Instagram. I posted the link to the video on Instagram, and then I came to come and check the video. And I was like, way more people checked out my story but didn't come and check out my video. So I posted again. I was like, nah, I ain't playing with y'all. Like, go check out my video. And Kenny's here. I know he was always going to support either way. So appreciate you, my bro. Underdog says, he is back. The Third Eye is in the house. I'm here for it. Yeah, and we're back and we ain't going anywhere. We ain't leaving this time. You know what I mean? I'm really excited for this journey because of a couple of things. One, we finally have the resources for us to be able to put, quality videos, quality content, let me say, together for you guys. I've also learned a significant amount of skills. I feel like my skill sets in technical analysis have improved significantly. My demeanor is a lot better. I'm a lot calmer. I said as a wasp flew by my head. Sorry, guys. Okay, you know what? We get stung. That's going to be great for the video and for YouTubers and whoever wants to react to it. But, my demeanor is a lot. The wasp is beneath the table, bro. Oh, my God. My demeanor is a lot greater. I'm a lot calmer. I'm still afraid of wasps. For good reason. But we're back. We're not going anywhere. A lot of exciting content that I have planned for you guys with technical analysis, with like the typical stuff that people would do TA for, your Forex and equities and CFDs and currencies and all of that. But also technical analysis on crypto projects, which you guys are looking at, which I think is going to be really worth your time. And so stick around for that. It's going to be amazing. So shout out Underdog. Man, always supporting, always here. What else? Who else do we got in here? And we have K Breezy Bermuda. He says, "You had me at the disadvantages of being from Zimbabwe." Listen, we actually had a conversation. We had a conversation in the studio. So, for if you're here for the first time and you don't know what I do, as well, like I'm a musician by profession. By profession, I'm a musician by passion. Yeah. So, and K Breezy is personally one of my favorite artists from the region, from my city and from the country. And we were in the studio together. We had gone to one of my friends' studio, and we're just talking about how many things there are to navigate when you're from here. Like if it's not, I mean, the economic situation is already a lot to deal with, and then you have like the power cuts. And on the day, what had happened actually was we were in the studio, and like we was like so ready to record. Like we got to the studio around about like 3 p.m. We're like ready, like we were like, okay, cool, let's make some music. And then the power went, and we had to get the generator out from the studio, and then we had to put the generator outside. And then after doing that, and then also we had to get fuel for the generator because the generator didn't have fuel. So it was a lot. Like it was maybe 3 hours after that, 3 hours from when we got to the studio, when we actually started making music, and we just like spoke about just like how many other things just kind of get in the way. But yeah, but like, look, I'm not one, and he's not one to do the same thing. Like I'm not one to complain personally. It's always a thing of like, we will find a solution. Somebody else might be like, oh my God, there's no electricity in the studio, I guess I'm just gonna go home and I'll make music. We stayed in the studio, bro. We were in the studio till like the next day, because we were like, all right, cool, bet. Generators on, power's back, let's go make some music. And we made some music, bro. Like that's what you know what I'm saying? That's what we do. We make things work. So that's everyone from the comments. Yeah, I just wanted to give my shout outs, let you guys know that I see you, I appreciate you, and not just like reply to you guys in, just in the comments, and dedicate at least a few minutes, like 5 to 10 minutes, just giving you guys, yeah, showing you guys some love the same way that you guys show me some love. No Diddy, you feel me? Yeah. So about the DeFi wallets also, which is also something I'm going to speak about just for a few more minutes. I mentioned that I've used MetaMask, that works perfectly. I've used Trust Wallet, that works perfectly. Phantom Wallet, I think Phantom is more Solana, but I've used that also, which is great. And today I checked out this. I watched a video from this dude. I can't remember his name now. I'm not going to try and say because I think I'll butcher it, or I'll send you down a rabbit hole. But he was talking about EtherFi. So Ether, ETHER.fi. And I was so excited because it was like, oh, EtherFi, and they've got like this credit card and this yield, and you can, and like everything I spoke about in the video, everything I spoke about in the first video I made about credit and all of that, right? Word for word, his video had the solutions, and I was like, oh my God, I've been waiting, I've been praying for days like this. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh Father God, I see you. And then I went to the website and I went to go check it out. I signed up, everything was nice. I was like, okay, cool, at least I haven't been blocked. And then I went to the credit card option, and immediately it was like Zimbabwe. I was like, yes, I'm guessing you seeing that from my IP address or whatever. And then I hit next, and yeah, not available in my region. So, which is all good. It's all good. It doesn't hurt to be hopeful or whatever, but I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep on going until I find a solution that works, that works for me. I know if it works for me, it's going to work for a lot of other people. I'm optimistic. I think the world is pretty huge, and I feel like there are a lot of people trying to find solutions for people from my region. You know, again, it's that thing where just think about the number of people in lesser developed countries that don't have access to banking services, you know, or who are unbanked. And sometimes, you know, it's not really a thing of not having access to banks, because the banks are there, right? It's just the service per se, or the barrier to entry, you know, is a little high. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, but we move, We'll find a solution for sure. And then what else do I want to talk about? Last night, so you know, I was talking about like technical analysis. Well, my last two videos I spoke about. Well, my last video, which is gonna come out tonight as I'm recording this, like later this evening, I spoke about technical analysis, and I was kind of knocking like the guys who do TA and support and resistance, and this is support and this is resistance, whatever. We will get into that. Like at some point, maybe next week, like I will react to live videos of people trading what I trade. You know, I've watched a couple of them already, and I'm just like, yikes. It works. I mean, if it works, it works, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to be, I don't want to be that guy, right? But the thing is, a broken clock is wrong twice a day. So, you know, there's that also. But yeah, but we will go through the videos. We will go through live trading videos. Like there's guys who trade live on YouTube. So we'll go on YouTube, or maybe even on TikTok. I'll try and find as many as I can, and maybe we'll do one a day, which would mean that on those particular days I wouldn't be trading myself. So maybe we'll do one a week. We'll figure out the structure, and then we will go through technical analysis as they're going through it and see what they're doing. And then also at the same time, I'll also be doing my TA in the background, and then I'll show you where my entry was going to be and why I don't really subscribe to the ways in which they do their TA. But yeah, but also for me to do that, I also do need to show proof, right? That I kind of know what I'm doing, or that I know what I'm doing, really. So I'm gonna post something on my YouTube, so you guys just look out for a post. It's probably gonna come out before this video, but it's gonna be screenshots of my TA for PLUME. I'm actually looking at it on my monitor right now. I added a monitor to my display because looking at just like trading from my laptop, just great, but I just wanted to see price a little more zoomed out. I just needed to see price on a big screen. But yeah, I was looking at PLUME because I know Underdog has been looking at, he's mentioned PLUME a couple of times in his videos. So I did a little TA for Underdog, and nothing too hectic. I was just using TradingView and using a VWAP. And yeah, this must have been around, I was looking at this around like 6. So we're still ranging at the time. Yeah, we're still ranging. It was like around 6 when I started paying attention to it. Well, when I started doing the technical analysis. You'll see from the screenshots that they do have their timestamps. And I just marked areas where I thought it'd be a good buy, you know, at least for a short move. And I marked 2 areas. We hit the first one last night. We hit the first one like 45 minutes after I'd like started the TA. And then we broke our VWAP, and I had a target that I'd put up, you know, which was like a 5% gain. And then also, yeah, and then it hit like the top VWAP band. Words, VWAP, band 1, band 2, bands. Yeah, we will do more detailed breakdowns of what I'm talking about. But essentially, you will see from the screenshots, like the technical analysis that I was doing. So price did that, and then kind of ranged during Asia session. Asia session starts around 2 a.m. 1 a.m. my time. My time is GMT 2, so you work that out accordingly. We ranged for a little bit and then started breaking out towards the end of Asia session. Tested the band 2. Yep, tested the band 2 of the VWAP 15 minutes before London. Hit the negative band 1, kind of ranged around. And then the area which I'd marked last night as a second area of entry, we hit that. Whoops, didn't want to move that. We hit that. What time is this? Yeah, we hit that at 12:30 my time, and now we're in a move up again. So I don't know how much percent gain that's gonna be today, but if you were looking at getting into this 12:30 UTC plus 2 GMT2 would have been a nice time to get into it. Yeah, I'm not looking at too many things. I really just put a view app, and yeah, just from my understanding of order flow and just the way that I chart, I yeah, just made that available to Underdog. Yeah, it was like an 8% move from 1840 to 2115. 1840 hours, that is, not price. 1840 to 6, that's what, 20 minutes to 7 till 9:15. Not a bad move for an 8% gain. So in context, $100 would have made you'd have got $8 on top of that. $1,000 you'd have got 80. 10 grand you'd have got 800. 100 grand you'd have got 8,000. So just depends, I guess, on your capital and your margin and what you're willing to risk and what you're willing to put into the market, right? But 8% is 8%, 5% is 5%. In a lot of prop firms, actually, 8% would have passed your prop firm phase 1 or phase 2. So words, indicators, technical analysis. Yeah, that's going to be the video for today. Thank you so much again for being here with the third eye. How do we usually end these videos? What do I say? Take care of yourself, drink water, love your family, love yourself. Meh. A lot of these things are obvious. Do you want to know who I am? You probably should. Am I going to introduce myself? Nah, I ain't going to do that. But yeah, it's been absolutely fun. It is 20 minutes to 3. I'm going to get into my trades now and start looking at possible and potential entries. Still not taking any trades. I'm not taking any trades just as of yet because I don't have my motive set up just as of yet. But yeah, we will get into that in future videos. But yeah, I appreciate you. I love you. Take care of yourself. Blah, 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 blah. Peace.